I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough on how to create a Google form. When you go to your drive, you want to open up your folder, and once you're inside that folder, then you can click on New, go down to More, over to Google Forms. Now, recently Google Forms has had an update. If you've made any Google Forms in the past, it will look a little bit different. You, I think, will have the option to stay in the old if you want, or you can go into the new, which is try the new Google Forms. Now here's what the background of it looks like. So untitled form, I want to give this, maybe I'm going to do a science test. And my form description would be chapter 4, or whatever I want to say for that. Now my first question, I want to put, what is your name? So if some of my friends were to fill this out, they would be able to type in their name, and I can have their responses. I don't want it to be multiple choice. I want it to be just a short answer. I don't have to put any answers in yet. I can leave it right there. Now I do want to make this question required. If it's not required, someone can skip over it, which isn't a huge deal for what we're doing right now, but we do want to have it be where it's going to record that. Now if you click right here, this can give you hint text or data validation. And we don't really need that. That would just be if you wanted to give somebody a hint or a tip for your question. If you want to duplicate the question, you can do that here. If you realize you don't like the question, you can delete it right here. This will allow you to move the questions up and down. So I want to go and just click duplicate. So here's my next question. You can put, what is your last name? Or you can actually jump right into your first question. What is photosynthesis? I don't want this one to be a short answer. I might want this to be a multiple choice. Now for multiple choice, I'm just going to click here, and I'm actually going to type in incorrect responses. So I'm just going to put incorrect. Next one, I'm going to go and put incorrect. When you're making your quiz, you're actually going to type in responses. I can't think of responses for photosynthesis, so I'm just going to leave that like that. I would put in correct answer. So now whatever my definition or the correct answer is, I'm going to put into one of these responses. You don't want to have your other answers so far-fetched that people don't think it's real quiz. You want to give it some validity to it. So with that being said, you don't have to mark anything here. You leave it as multiple choice, and then you can require it. If I do this, now I can go to shuffle option order. Kind of fun to have that mix around for people. Go to section based on answer. That's really advanced, and we're not going to get to that level. Hint text, if you want to put a hint text, you can put remember to think about whatever you want to give them as a clue. You can also insert, you can go here and you can add an image. So let's add an image. Now this is just like how you would add an image for anything else you've done in Google. You can go by URL, you can search your drive, or you can do a simple search. Now my recommendation is when you search and find the image that you want, you save it to your drive, and then you can quickly find it here and upload it and insert it. So I'm going to see, here we go, here's one right here. Now I realize this has nothing to do with photosynthesis. This is just strictly to show you what the image will look like. If you don't want a title, you can leave it blank. You can left align, center align, you can right align the image. Now what's really cool, and if you get good at this, you can actually drag this up, and I want to put it right here. So this might be an actual picture of photosynthesis, or something that would show the person who's taking the test what might be a big hint for it. Or instead of what is photosynthesis, what does this picture show? And you can give your responses there. If you want to change the image, you can do that there. So I'm going to click back down. I'm going to get out of this one. So I'm going to go back up here. I want to go to my question. And then I can go again to duplicate. Now duplicate will allow you to continue doing that.
Excuse the interruption. At this time, our Unity Council meeting.
All right, as I was saying, you will have your duplicate option here, and this gives you the ability to play around with some of these. You can add a video, which is kind of cool if you're talking about photosynthesis or the solar system or the moon or the Revolutionary War or something like that. You can find a video and insert that in. You can also add title and description, and you can add a question right here. So if I click this one, here's my next question. I can go about and so forth. Now, if I'm done, I'm going to delete that question because I actually don't need that there. Now, when I'm all the way finished, I can preview it. Now, here's exactly what my test will look like when it goes live. I want to go back and edit. There's my preview here. I can do a color palette. I can change the palette, or I can change the colors, excuse me. If I don't like that, I can insert my own image right here, similar to how you insert an image for your test. You'll find one that you really like. Settings. This will be where you can determine who is going to respond to your quiz. Now, right away, anyone in South Sioux City Schools. That's okay. Confirmation page, when they hit submit, it'll say your response has been recorded. You can customize that. You can change it. You can say, hey, thanks for responding. Have a good day, or whatever you want to say. You can shuffle question order, which would mean all of your questions would appear in a different order. So every time you click the link to take the test, it's going to appear in a different order. Kind of fun. That would be something that a teacher would use, not necessarily something you have to use for right now. Show progress bar. This would be if you have several pages for your test. This would say you're 50% done with your quiz, you're 75% done with the quiz. That just shows you what that looks like. I'm going to hit save. If I click over here, there's more. Now this would be, you can add a collaborator, so if you wanted someone to help you with the form and so forth. I want to go to my color palette. I like this one the best. I want to hit a preview. I like this. So this right here is my link. This link needs to go on the document that I shared with you in Google Classroom. So you have to go and view it, preview it, to make sure that's what you want it to look like. Put this link into your document. Right-click copy, go to your document, right-click paste. All right, if you have any questions, you can look it up on Google. You can do another YouTube search if you need to. All right, thanks.